Mothers, let's form a round table.
What's that beside you?
It's the rod, though. It's the rod. Do you know that toddlers are not wired to understand when this thing is wrong? Please, can you stop? Now you're trying to be serious. Let's say with the tone, the right tone. And Jason continues running. No, Jason cannot continue running. If I just
people try to say, this was how they raised me. They used to beat me up all the time, and then see how I turned out. It didn't turn out so great. I always acknowledge that they are human beings with their own feelings, and they are allowed to feel those things because feelings are real. This rod doesn't change anything or anyone. It just makes them scared. And in Sunday service, if my kids sit with the adults, they will never make noise. Punishment doesn't have to be drastic. When a child is being naughty and you are calm, regardless, the child will come to some sort of remorse. I would take back how early I gave my kids gadgets.
With time, you would fall in line with gentle parenting. I haven't, and I am unapologetic about it because my mental health is at stake. Hello and welcome to another episode of Life with Cynthia podcast. And today we have a very significant topic to discuss. This topic is supposed to be a debate. It should not supposed, scratch that. This topic is going to be a debate because I know many mothers are out there wondering which practice is best. Which one should I do? How can I be a good mom and practice this one or that one? I'm coming to a topic. Oh, hold on, no. I know people have been thinking of, okay, so I'm seeing Mommy Sade practicing this one. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, or am I doing it wrong? Today we are going to debate it and come to an agreement. So please stay with us while we go right into it. So we have a very beautiful guest, very demure, very demure, very, there's this word for Alexis. I always forget it. Very, so she talks like a baby. That kind of guest. That's the kind of guest we have. So you already know the one should be choosing from our two structures today. Welcome, Alexis. It's so good to have you yet again on this podcast.
Oh, I'm delighted to be here.
Yes. Firstly, thank you so much for all your support. I know how we started this, and I know how we're still here, and I know how we're going to keep staying here and moving forward. So thank you so much for your support. Diving right into it, today's topic is practical parenting. Practical parenting. Gentle parenting or the rod. Pick your own before we start. Viewers, mothers, let's form a round table. Pick what you want. Do you want gentle parenting or you want to use the rod on your children? Before I say what I want, let's ask Alexis what she does. What is her daily routine? What's it for you? Gentle parenting or the rod?
Gentle parenting all the way, forever.
Gentle parenting forever.
But what's that beside you?
Since it's no way for me to dive into it. It's the rod, though. It's the rod. Because these children will not give me heart attack. It's the rod. Alexis is the rod beside me. So let me keep it close to you so that you can be seeing it. It's the rod. Because I really don't understand. I really don't. For me, it has been the rod. And sometimes I feel like maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. I want to say, I know there was a time I came to you and I'm like, I hear you do gentle parenting a lot, oh. Let me just try this gentle parenting thing, oh. Let's see if it will work for me. And then you gave me some strategies. Oh, do this, do that, do this. That I tried to do for 1 month. And after the 1 month, I went back to my rod. Because I almost saw my ear that period. So I'm surprised that when I see women do it, they're like, let me paint a scenario for you before we come to you, yeah? Okay. Jason, don't step on that water, you will fall. Jason is looking at you. Normally, what will you do in such situation? What will you tell Jason? What's the next thing?
I would just simply tell Jason what you've said. Jason, don't run or don't step in the water and you would fall. Now, so gentle parenting is the tone, right? So as your children are growing, they begin to understand you. When mommy is serious, when mommy is joking. So like, is it tone or the tone in your voice and your pitch? you don't have to shout. Like, I do not shout at all. I tell them and it's done. Yes. You see, the problem is number one, the culture, and the fact that the culture doesn't allow for mothers in general to be patient. So you think that instant obedience is that, if not, I'm not mommy.
Okay, but what if you don't do instant obedience? You give them prolonged favor.
If Jason falls, he's going to learn.
So I should allow Jason fall and hit his
No.
head on the wall.
No. If it's something dangerous, you can rescue him from there. But if it's something that he needs to happen for him to learn, he might as well learn from the experience. Because beyond them obeying you, to get satisfaction from that, you need to build their character.
Okay, so do you know that this is what I think though? Toddlers are not wired to understand when this thing is wrong.
They
So
are.
Jason, that's what I feel. Because I mean, let me do gentle parenting. Jason, stop running, you will fall.
Okay, that's actually
Sorry,
not
sorry.
it.
Leave me. Let me finish my gentle parenting in peace. Jason, stop running, you will fall. Jason looks at you and continues running. You say it the second time. Jason looks at you, continues running. The third time, Jason, please, can you stop? Now you're trying to be serious. Let's say with the right tone. And Jason continues running. No, Jason cannot continue running if I just. No, it's not.
See,
let's be frank.
No.
Because
Let me tell you. Let me tell you a real life experience. So I have this cousin that when he was young, he was terrible. He was terrible, and okay, he's my mom's sister's son. So like, I had the best of both worlds. Like, my dad was a gentle parent. My mom was fire. Before you talk, do you understand? So I can tell you for a fact or for free which one worked and which one was most effective and which one left a lasting impression or a lasting goodness in our hearts or just taught us generally. So my cousin would climb the rails from upstairs and slide down. They would tell him, Prince, don't do that. You will fall down and break your head. You will fall down and break your leg. He won't listen. He kept doing it every day. If he's coming down the stairs, that's his method. He will just sit on the rail and slide down. There was this fateful day he fell and he broke like his head. He bled. They had to like use 5 towels.
How old was he then?
He was just like around 5, 6, about that. And then there was so much blood. He was crying, like literally crying, having runny nose. And then my mom said to him that, you see, when they keep telling you, don't slide down, you fall. Now you see you falling. He said, it's only today that I fell down. They said, will you continue? He said, yes, he will continue. It's only today he fell down. The next time he will not fall down. He knows what he did that made him fall. And every time I remember, it was everybody laughed at it. He was very hot. They had to take him to the hospital to stitch him. But that left a lesson with me. His mom beat him. His mom beats him all the time. Like I said, she's my mom's sister, so she beats a lot, even worse than my mom, right? So it's not about the rod. It's about how you're able to pass a lesson to the child. I feel like being a parent, every moment is a teachable moment. Every moment, no matter how little it might be, is a teachable moment. And we need to kill the culture of thinking that your child has to obey you all the time, instantly. See, if you want that to happen, build that child's character first. So when you correct them, they'll know where that correction is coming from. Oh, you're not trying to stop me from having fun. You're trying to prevent me from getting hurt. So you need to get them to that point where they can actually look at things in that view. Until then, even if you keep beating them every day for everything they do, they will never change. Like my cousin.
Okay,
Yes.
your cousin did not change,
He's
but
still
people will
stubborn
change.
up till now. Or you think some people try to say, this was how they raised me. They used to beat me up all the time, and then see how I turned out. You didn't turn out so great. Like, you still have flaws, and you didn't turn out this way because they beat you. No, you turned out this way because at some point you were able to realize or discern for yourself what is good and what is bad. So that's it.
So I agree with you. No arguments whatsoever. But I still think that if you use this rod, with time, they are going to hear. Because I've seen experience that it worked that way. So for the fact that it did not work for your cousin, does not mean to not work for other people. Because I mean, let me say mine. I don't necessarily flog my child, my daughter, because she's the eldest. I don't necessarily flog her like all the time. But once in a while, come see, and she's still doing the same thing. I don't need to flog her. At the mention of your name, at the sight, just when she just sees it, like, she adjusts with speed. Like she knows that if this one mommy has brought out this cane, now the next thing is to flog.
Let me call you out there. She's scared of the cane. She's not scared of you. She's not scared of what she's doing. When you're not there, she will do it. Because there's no one to threaten her. That's why it takes me back to building character.
Okay. The thing is that we are not going to win this argument. That's why I already said from the beginning that it's a debate. You're not going to win the argument. I will not allow you win me, and you will not allow me win you.
Never.
So let's just move on. Any practice you think works for you, I'm still of this opinion. I don't want to believe fully that gentle parenting works. I just want to say whatever works for you. My dear, spare the rod and spoil the child. That's how I was raised. But if Alexis says that you should not flog, and you feel that not flogging works for you, my darlings, by all means, do Alexis pattern. But let's move into the discussion. Maybe by the end of this discussion, maybe I might just change my mind and start wiping, not flogging. But who knows? Let's just get there. So the first question for today would be, how do you help kids cool off before addressing behaviors? Do you use breathing, movement, or walks? What's your routine?
For us, we say big feelings because my kids are toddlers, right? And we do breathings, and sometimes I just tell them, okay, just chill, sit down in the corner, and when you're ready to talk about it, let's talk about it.
I should not smile again,
Why
Alexis.
you laughing?
What is the problem? Talk now.
Yes,
Smile,
so
please.
because you can't actually discipline a dysregulated child. So one thing we've worked on over time is how to regulate our feelings, how they can regulate their feelings.
You worked on this with your kids?
Yes.
Okay.
So I allow them to express how they feel, and when I see like, okay, it's getting up, calm down, go sit down. When you're calm enough to talk about it, we can talk about it. And if it is something they have done that requires them to be disciplined, they will be disciplined. Gentle parenting doesn't mean that you don't get to discipline a child, no. Or it doesn't also mean that you're all smiley and giggly all the time. There are times where you have to be firm, but in the disciplining, you do not just involve hitting, beating, or calling of names.
Or calling of names.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Let me smile. Okay, moving on. How do you validate your child's feelings? What phrases or approach works best for you?
So when they're upset, I say stuff like, I see you're angry. Let's talk about it. Or what can we do about it? And when they explain themselves, I can say, oh, okay, that sounds difficult. I always acknowledge that they are human beings with their own feelings, and they are allowed to feel those things because feelings are real, whether the child be young or whether it's an older child, right? So when you see a child throwing tantrum, right, that child has not been able to regulate their feelings. They don't know how to calm themselves down. And I feel like every parent should be able to come to that point with their child where they can guide them how to regulate their feelings. You have less tantrums.
What do we have like age specifics? At what age should my child start regulating his or her feelings?
See, I'll be very honest with you. When I had my daughter in 2019, I was very new to parenting. I didn't have like so much experience. I didn't even know anyone around me who was doing gentle parenting. But I can say one thing, that I educated myself. I exposed myself to information. I exposed myself to researches, okay, that people have done over time, and I saw the impact and the benefits of gentle parenting. And I started it with my daughter. She was quite young. She had an iPad, and I noticed that when the battery goes down, she'll throw the iPad. She'll start throwing tantrums and all of that, you know. I didn't quite like it. I felt like that was being unruly, even though she was just 2 years old at that time, she would stand up and throw the iPad from upstairs downstairs. And I'm like, for what? So I started researching on how to help her regulate, because she's upset. She can barely even express how she feels at the moment. She can barely express her frustration, because she's allowed to feel a certain way. She's allowed to feel that. She's allowed to feel things. So I had to just help her. Okay, when your iPad is low, or when you hear the sound, or when it goes off, you say, "Help me, mommy," and it started with that. So there was no more throwing of the iPad. It works.
At 2 years plus.
Yes, help me. She would come and give it to me. Mommy, help me. And then that, of course, stopped everything that she used to do when the iPad, she would fall on the floor, hit her back, start crying, carry the iPad, go and throw it from upstairs, downstairs. You know, she would just fling it. You know, it's completely stopped that. When she was able to, when she figured out what she should do, when she feels that way, she stopped throwing tantrums.
Okay. Again, disclaimer. It's not everybody's things to work for. I need us to be as open. No, because we'll just be saying this thing. I know of a boy's mom, or what do you call that thing? Like a mom of boys.
A boy mom.
A boy mom. Good. That has about 4 boys. No girl. Oh no, she's dealing. She was like, "Oh, Cynthia, I love this gentle parenting thing. No, I'm going to try it out." She has toddlers too, and she tried it out for approximately maybe 49 hours, because past 2 days. Stop this! Don't do that! Why you? And you're like,
no, see.
So you want to tell me that person now will not call all the children down? Okay, children, come together.
Yes.
You know, when you're feeling very sad, I need you to say, "I'm sad," and we'll work this out for the 4 boys.
Yes.
So talk as your. Let me give you a scenario. As you're saying all those things, one don't first stand up. They run, they go kitchen. The other one is shouting. The other one, how do you want to
see? It doesn't happen overnight. And as a child who was also flogged at some point, like for things that I did when I was little, I can tell you for free that it did not stop me from doing those things, or it didn't stop me from doing other things, or being naughty.
So why do you think is the word of mouth that, and the communication and the gentle
because
parenting
you don't
that helped
just
you more?
because you don't just say, "Don't do this." No, it's not. No. See, I'm trying to get to a point where you realize that
Symphony don't enter this podcast. She says
that
with me.
This rod doesn't change anything or anyone. It just makes them scared. They are just scared of this. They are just scared of you hurting them. So instead, build the character. Why should I not do it? Why should I not do it? So that was the thing with my dad and my mom. For my mom, like, don't do that. No reason. Why should I not do it? I'll do it again. But for my dad, who was a gentle parent, would sit you down and tell you why you shouldn't do it.
And so why can't we have both? If you align them with the rod,
If you have
then you now tell them,
parenting-
this
no,
is
no,
the
no,
reason
no.
why you were aligned with the rod.
If
This
you do
again.
gentle parenting, you won't need to use the rod.
Okay.
Yes, because that's where
I'm
I'm
waiting
at.
for your kids to
It's
become
work.
teenagers. We're going to see this podcast. We're going
Yes,
to refer to
definitely.
it when they are teenagers. Let's
Definitely.
understand if this thing works actually.
Okay.
Because
Now it's the character. Okay, some days ago I was out of town, and my husband took the kids out to buy toys. Usually, or most of the time, I'm the one who takes them toy shopping. And when he bought the toys, you know, kids' excitement, they open the toy and then they start trying to play with it or assemble it and all. And he noticed that everywhere was quiet. Nothing, nobody said anything. So he turned back. Are you not excited? You don't like the toy? They said, no, we've not prayed on the toy yet. And then he's like, oh, sorry. And then he prayed. Then he called me almost immediately and said, do you know what happened? And he told me, that goes to tell you that every little thing that you do with these children, no matter how young they are, train up a child in the way you should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. Even when you're not there, they will always remember, and they will live by that upbringing that you have passed them through. So I feel gentle parenting, when you are gentle parenting, you will never need the rod. I have never, since my daughter is 6 years old going on 7, my son is 5 years old, and I have never subjected them to any physical or bodily harm. I can always correct them by telling them what not to do and the consequence of that action instead of hitting them because of it.
I'm very happy. I promise you, I always say this thing, whether out of podcast, on the podcast, I'm very happy it works for you. And I'm hoping it works for you too, the viewers. I mean, you should try Alexis' pattern. And I think this might also work. I need her to talk about it. How do you create open conversation, communications with these children? I mean, they are kids. It's very difficult to get them to listen. It's difficult to get them to just steady so you can explain XYZ to them. And so how do you create the communication with your kids?
Okay, so I'd like to say this first, right? So I take my kids sometimes to church meetings, like outside of Sunday service,
Okay.
right? Sunday service, they say kids go sit behind. But I can tell you for free that even on a Sunday service, if my kids sit with the adults, they will never make noise. They will never distract, because they know where they are, number one, and they know how to act when they are at that place.
Okay.
Building character. Now, I allow my kids to be kids. I don't overreact to things that they do. I allow them to express themselves, and regardless of this thing I'm saying. So my children are still children. They play, they have fun like every other normal. They're not just on the straight line. They make mistakes. They upset me. I warn them. They get punished, or they get disciplined.
Punished? What's the punishment?
There are different types of punishment. I can ask them to go do a chore. I can ask them to go write an apology note. I can ask them to go stand in the naughty corner, or I take something away from them. So I can cancel, like, maybe the use of their favorite toy. I just seize it for a period.
This is the punishment.
Yes, it's a punishment. It's a punishment.
Punishment
Punishment doesn't have to be drastic. It doesn't have to be.
This is the punishment.
It doesn't have to cause bodily harm or
stand
pain.
in a naughty corner.
Yes, that's punishment.
That's in my house now. I've created that corner as naughty corner.
Yes.
You know that when you do something wrong, and I tell you to face the wall and stand in naughty corner.
Exactly.
Let's move on.
Okay, so I create a very free space for my children to express themselves. So I don't shut them down. Kids are fond of, especially kids around their age, they're fond of having conversation of things that do not even matter. So they can come back from school and say, Mommy, Zoe was throwing up all through today, and she didn't listen in class, and she didn't sit in one place, So I'll still engage that discussion. I'll say, really? Mm-hmm. What happened? Did you tell her sorry? Did you pray for her? And even those little conversations, they pick lessons from it. Mm-hmm. So my daughter told me about someone in her class that was not feeling fine for a while before she stopped coming to school. And every time she talks about it, I say, oh, did you pray for her? Did you say get well soon to her? The day she didn't come to school, my daughter's teacher called me on the phone and said to me, I don't understand. What did you do to this girl to make her like this? My daughter went to her seat, sat down, and prayed.
Wow.
Yes. But how did she know to do that? Because I engage those conversations, even though they don't mean anything to me, but they mean something to her. And every moment, like I said, is a teachable moment for children, whether you think it's irrelevant or not. So at that point, when I was engaging that conversation, did I ever know that I would say something that would prompt her to act in that way? No. But because every moment is teachable, you should be intentional, and you should be very, very, very aware of what you're saying to the child. So they are so free, they can talk about the most relevant things and the most relevant things. And they know that when it comes to them, when it comes to somebody hurting them, they know Mommy is going to have a big reaction and Mommy is going to sort it out. So they are not afraid. Even when they do something wrong, oh, Mommy, an incident happened in school the other day. So somebody, or my son and someone were playing a game in class, and the other person lost. Okay, and because he lost, he stood up and pushed my son against the desk, and my son fell, stood up, and he tried to react, and then the teacher obviously separated them.
Okay, but would you have been okay if you reacted?
I would have been very okay if he reacted.
Okay.
Yes, I encourage my children. I have trained them to know that it is not okay to be a bully. You do not start a fight. But please, by all means, defend yourself. If you don't defend yourself, we are going to have problems.
Good.
Yes. So I don't condone bullying. And if you bully my child, you're going to have my child was definitely going to defend themselves. So he stood up trying to defend himself, like, why did you push me? And then the teacher came and separated them. Okay, the teachers are around. My son did not have any reaction, whatever. He came, he told me, and I asked him, what did you do? He said, the teachers stopped him from asking him why. That asking him why, they ask him why.
Of course.
So the next day, my son goes to the class. There was nobody. My son went and gave him a dirty slap on the face. Like, slap that shocked him. He was crying for hours that he had to call his mom. So his mom called me on the phone and was like, your son slapped my son. Meanwhile, I knew my son was going to do that. I called the teacher to complain about what had happened, and the teacher was just apologizing. I said, no, anything that happens, nobody should call me to ask me or tell me anything, because my son is he's definitely going to have a pound of flesh. That is how he has been raised, and that is what I stand by. He knows he's in trouble if he does not react. Because you push him today, he pushed him and he was limping because of the impact of the fall. You push him today, maybe tomorrow you take something sharp and hurt him because he didn't have any reaction, because he didn't react. Teachers will come.
You think it's okay?
Yeah. Do you understand? You think that's okay, it's going to pass. Mm-hmm. And the mom calls me and is fuming and is saying she demands an apology from me. Yes, like, just imagine. Then I told her, did I call you to demand an apology when your son pushed my son and he's limping from the fall? Did I demand any apology from you? Then I told her simply, please, don't call my line again if you don't want me to come and do what my son did to your son, to you. Thank you.
Block me.
You know.
So I think we're beginning to find a balance.
Yes.
Which is good, but not 100% good, because I still not agree. But let's just take this quick question. Yeah. What is your strategy when your child breaks something? I think we talked about this earlier when you said your daughter throws things from. Okay, please just enlighten me. What's your strategy when your child breaks something? Say a phone, a tablet. What do you do? Because I know what I would do.
I'm calm. Accidents happen. See, I've made my children realize that people are more important than things. Things can always be replaced, right? No matter how much
people
they cost.
Are more important than 82, 85 inches screen TV.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, people are more important than that. And if it's an accident, right? Oh, mommy, I didn't know I hit this thing.
No, it's not an accident.
Even if it is deliberate, there's still a lesson to learn from there. They won't walk away like scot-free, no discipline, no punishment or whatever.
You tell them to stand by the wall.
Yes, definitely consequences, right? Depending on the gravity of the offense.
55 inches TV, that's the gravity. You're not understanding it.
It can be 200-inch TV, but people are more important than things.
Okay.
And I will always prioritize. I ask if they break something, I'm always calm. And I ask them, are you okay? They have to be okay first. If they break, let's say, a cup, and a piece of it cuts them, why do I care about a cup compared to my child being hurt? So I always find out first, are you okay? Are you hurt? And I say it ever so calmly. I know, are you okay? Are you hurt? No, not panicking. I'm calm. I'll be the calm person. And then whatever it is, if it needs fixing, we'll fix it together. If it's a cup, let's clean up together. Go and get the broom. Go and get the packer. Let's clean up together. If we need to clean up the water, go get the mop. We'll clean up the water. And after that, when the child is overwhelmed, when we're done with that, in fact, even during that, you see how remorseful they are that they have done that. Even when maybe they were just hyperactive or just being naughty. Yeah. When you're calm, it's just like giving a cup of cold water to your enemy. You know what that does, yeah? So when a child is being naughty and you are calm, regardless, the child will come to some sort of remorse. Yes, and learn from that experience.
Okay, I feel like we see these things mostly in the movies. I mean, American film. You just be getting, Kajesi, sorry, did you enjoy? It's okay. It's fine. I'm happy it's coming to us now, and I'm happy it's beginning to become a lifestyle. I see a lot of women actually practice gentle parenting. Yes. I used to be one. I used to practice gentle parenting. I mean, I did it for like a month, like I said earlier, and then I could not cope. I had to go back to reset
because you weren't patient enough.
1 month is not patient enough. Okay, so I should try for how long?
You need to you just need to bring yourself to the point where this is the parent I'm going to be. However long it takes.
However long it
Yes.
takes.
Yes.
Okay, no
Yes.
problem. So back to it. We'll try it. We'll try. I know we are going to try gentle parenting. So this final question is simple. So if you could go back in time, would you change anything different about your practice, your practice of parenting? Would you change anything different? Have you done anything you think you might want to change?
Yes. Sincerely, I would take back how early I gave my kids gadgets.
Ooh, very
Yes.
important.
Yes, I'll take back how early I gave my kids gadgets, because my daughter had an iPad at 4 months. Like, she owned an iPad at 4 months. So, like, I'll just keep it far away. I'll say, oh, it's not close to her. She can still watch, you know. And then from like 8 months, she knew how to walk her way to what she likes. She knew the icon to press, you know, on the app. And I thought like I was doing her a favor, or she's going to be tech savvy, you know. But it was I was undoing her. It was a very bad choice. I would take back how early I gave them gadgets, honestly.
Okay, so at what age do you think it's favorable?
I would say at 5 and
Okay.
4 or 5. Yeah, because I felt like from my own experience, that was when they started to use it efficiently.
That's when it
and
made sense.
That was when it made sense. Because having my daughter had it so young, and then remember the tantrums I talked about?
Yes.
So like they were so unnecessary, you know. And she would have been playing with other stuff, like blogs, dolls, whatever, any other thing apart from sitting down and watching an iPad, watching those harmful things for their eyes and for their attention span. Because like we've seen the damage these things cause.
Yeah.
I had to like intentionally reverse all those gadgets giving, and it was not quite easy at the first 1 week, but because like I said, character building. When I take the iPad from them, I don't have those big outbursts and tantrums. I just say, okay, guys, I'm going to take your iPad for. I started with in a day. I started just giving them for 2 hours. So compared to having it the whole day, and when they go to nap, I charge it because I don't want crying. So when they wake up, it's full for them to use the entire day. So I started giving them 2 hours, 1 hour. They won't see it the whole week. They won't see it the whole month. They won't see it 6 months. I didn't give them for a year and a half before I started introducing it little by little.
Wow.
30 seconds, 15 minutes. Then they started needing it in school. And only on those days they get to use it. Now, they have the iPads, the phones, and the laptops in their bedroom looking at them, and they do not touch it unless it is time to use it.
Wow.
Yes.
That's nice, though. I mean, we're getting there. Our kids are still much younger, but hopefully we will get to this part of this parenting. Again, guys, in as much as I want you to do what Alexis does, in as much as I support it 100%, but for your sanity, for your mental health, mothers, do what works for you. I am saying it 101%. You don't have to do what Alexis does. You just have to listen to her. And, you know, maybe 1 or 2 days, maybe let's try. Like she said, you take it easy, take it step by step. You can start gentle parenting, introduce it once in a week. You know, try and see how it works. Keep growing like that. Maybe, who knows, with time you would fall in line with gentle parenting. I haven't, and I am unapologetic about it. Because my mental health is at stake, as well as the child's mental health. So let's focus. Let's just have an understanding. Maybe with time, because I really do admire you a lot. I like the fact that you've tried it, you've pulled it off, the gentle parenting thing. And again, I'm hopeful that I and many other mothers there. But please give yourself time. I know you want to do gentle parenting. I know it's sweet. I know it's the new era thing, 2024 Gen Z baddie mothers. You want to do gentle parenting. Take your time. Like she has said, take it one step at a time. And then with time, you will do gentle parenting. While me and my co-hawks, we continue our rod. Okay, so thank you so much for being on this episode with
Thank you
me.
for having
I'm
me.
happy a lot of women have learned. Please drop a comment on the comment section. I mean, if you think this gentle parenting thing works for you, drop a comment and let us know. We'll be taking a vote. So please vote. I for gentle parenting, say I. Those for rod, say I. We need to know what Nigerian mothers are doing. Okay. And again, let me say this one more time. Whatever works for you is best. Just make sure you're not beating your children 247. No bodily harm, like Alexis says. Me, I don't do bodily harm. I just know that at the mention of your name, at the sight of rod, the children are lines, and it works for me. So thank you so much again, Alexis.
Thanks.
We hope to have more of you
By God's
on
grace.
on our show. Before we leave, guys, please and please and please follow us, share, like, subscribe, click the subscribe button on YouTube, and follow us on every of our platform. It's a community we are growing together, and we need you to grow this community with us. This is it on Gentle Parenting episode. It is. Bye from us. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.